What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 5. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through the runway again. I mean, the entrances, because I did that in my reaction video. It's the exact same entrances. We know who is competing. Okay, we have Alexis Mateo, we have Shea Coulee, we have Mayhem Miller, we have Maria Paris Balenciaga, Miss Cracker, Blair St. Clair, Orangina, Derrick Barry, Juju B, India, and India Freeman. Okay, so that is who is competing. Again, if you want to see the entrances and see my reaction, all of that, y'all can go back and find my reaction video. I'll put it in the playlist with this so you guys can find it. Okay. So we start off, Ru comes in and Ru lets them know, listen, the rules are different this year. What you thought you knew, what you thought you were stepping into, we mixed it up. We flipped it, you know, we smacked it up, flipped it, rubbed it down. It's going to be some different stuff, but I'll explain that later. In the meantime and in between time, he did something for All Stars that he never did all through season 12 that we kept waiting for. He opened the library. So I find it so funny that he never did it in last season, and we kept waiting. They did variations of it, but they never did the actual library is open. Not to the reunion show they did it. But anyway, so he opened up the library, and who did he have coming in when he called the pit crew? Guess who came through? Ricky Martin. Now listen, I have always loved me some Ricky Martin. I remember Menudo. That's how old I am. I remember him being in Menudo, okay? And I remember they used to do this commercial. Menudo on ABC. Menudo on... Y'all gotta be real old to remember that. When they used to do the morning cartoons and I'ma see who in the comments remember. Anyway, but we all love Ricky Martin. He's a cutie patootie. And so they were reading. Now let me tell you. The person who did it for me the most was Jujubee. Jujubee was reading them hoes down. Okay? The person who was the worst was Orangina. Orangina. Now I like you. And I was excited to see you. And your interest was everything. But this episode, I'm wondering if you're in the right place, boo-boo. I just can't help myself. But the reading was horrible. I mean... Anyway. So... But the winner was Jujubee. I think she got a tip or a trip or something nice happened to her. Y'all know I don't normally write down the prizes, but it was a pretty decent prize. So Jujubee won. It was a tie between Jujubee and, was it Shea Coulee? And then, but Jujubee won the tiebreaker. So of course, you know, and we don't listen. We love Jujubee, okay? We love Miss Jujubee. So we found out that the Maxi Challenge is going to be a talent show, a variety show, where they're going to get to show what their show of talent. Now, I guess definition of talent can vary. Okay, I guess people's definition of talent changes, and it's different for different people. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go through it. Alexis Mateo came out and she gave us showgirl realness, everything. She infused her culture. She gave us high energy. She had the whole, like I said, her outfit was gorgeous. Showgirl straight out of Las Vegas. Baby, I was ready for it. She gave me everything I needed and more. Alexis Mateo, I was here for it. Okay? Ricky Martin was feeling it. All of that. Next was Shea Coulee. And she did a whole pole dancing thing. Now, let me tell you a little secret about ReallyB when it comes to the pole dancing situation. I love to watch, like, those pole dancing competitions. Pull them up on YouTube if you ever think about it. And you see, like, those, like, a lot of them take place in Vegas. And when I say these girls be giving us everything and more, I mean, climbing to the ceiling and doing, like, think about J-Lo at the Super Bowl type stuff. I mean, honey, gorgeous, aerobatic, all kinds of stuff. Shea Coulee didn't give me that. And during Untucked, she said, well, I've only been taking lessons for 10 days. It looked like it. Now, was it horrible? No. But did it give me something I could feel? No. And so, again, for me, that goes back to, I'm going to give you an A for effort that you tried to bring something that you knew nobody else was going to do. I give you that, boo. I give you an A for effort. But I feel like, again, don't do so much that you take yourself out of the element. Now, luckily for you, there was some people who were worse, so you were okay. You were just in the okay. You weren't horrible. You weren't great. You were in the okay. Mayhem Miller, she came out with her signature, you know, the big the contacts that have her eyes out. Y'all seen the memes all over the enters of net. And she had this wonderful entrance, and then she performed a song, and it sounded like it was an original song, like, you know, maybe a song she's dropped on iTunes or is going to drop on iTunes, because it had this whole rap thing going on. But the thing was, it was a flat performance. It really was a flat performance. You didn't really give me a lot, Mayhem. Once you came out of the chair, she came in on this big chair, and she had this big flowy like dress on, and I kept waiting for it to be a rip away. I was waiting for something. I was waiting for something that I didn't quite get. It was flat. It was just flat. And again, one of the judges critiqued that the diction, that you couldn't understand the words because you didn't really get a lot of diction. So that was that for that. Now, Maria Balenciaga, when they filmed this, your piece was on point and it was great. But in light of where we are right now as a country and what's going on, your performance almost brought me to tears. She did a whole thing about the price of freedom and the blood of our ancestors and the stains on the wall from the blood of the people who came before us. And she was speaking on racism, and she was speaking on prejudice, and it was really nice. I think had this been a live situation and that performance had taken place in real time, I feel like the sentiment alone of what you were saying would have probably put you at the top. But it was a great performance. I mean, she had the red paint with a white dress, and she was talking about the stains and it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it then, you know, but definitely taking into account where we are as a country right now, child, can't take nothing away from that. Miss Cracker did a lip sync. She did a performance. Blair St. Clair actually sang a actual song, so she showed her talent. She could sing. That was decent. It was good. Orangina did like a Sissy That Walk performance. She did it to the song for RuPaul's Drag Race. She came out with the checkered like kimono, and she had a couple of tearaways, a couple of costume changes, and she was dancing. And somewhere in the middle, it was almost like she forgot her own choreography or forgot what she was supposed to do next. And so she just kind of stood on the stage and danced for a few more minutes. And I was just like, okay. Okay. Again, that goes back to what I'm not saying dancing isn't talent. That's not what I'm saying at all. Dancing is definitely a talent, but I think I was just waiting for a little bit more. Now, Derrick Barry, and I'm gonna go back to the workroom in a second. Let me go back to the workroom and then I'll come back forward. Derrick Barry and India have this whole thing. India, Ferrah, they have this whole thing going on where India was working at a club in Vegas. And either she quit or she was fired, depending on whose version of the story you want to listen to. And Nebraska, who was Derrick Barry's girlfriend, I didn't mean girlfriend, boyfriend, replaced India. Now, from there, India says that Nebraska talked trash about him and his act. Derrick Barry said that India went online and was talking trash about about Nebraska, and that's why Nebraska sort of retaliated. Now, Derrick was like, India was like, I wasn't talking about him. I was calling somebody a fat pig. When does Nebraska ever look like a fat anything? And I was like, that's kind of a valid point. Nebraska's not a fat anything. But again, you know, everybody's going to tell the story that's going to best benefit their version of the story. But neither here nor there, there's a lot of bad blood between the three of them. And so Derrick Barry and India just have this thing. And that was the whole talk of the workroom. And Orangina talking about something, I'm nosy and I want to know. And she running back and forth. You should have been focusing on remembering your choreography instead of worried about running back and forth trying to figure out who's doing what to who and who's what, where, and how. That's what you should have been doing. But whatever. India, Juju B sang a song and it was great. It was beautiful. Derrick Barry did impersonations. Uh, y'all know I'm just not here for Derrick Barry. Y'all know that I don't see it for her because every time I see her, all I see is Britney Spears. My thing is, I get it, you're a Britney impersonator, and I get it that you probably look like Britney, but do something different with your makeup. Give me a different wig. Like, don't wear blonde wigs. Like, let's start there. Put on a brunette wig. Put on a red wig. Give me something different that's going to take... If you're really trying to get away from being a Britney Spears impersonator, then give me something that doesn't look like Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying? She looked just like Britney. Even the outfit she had on looked like a Britney Spears costume. And then she went on to talk about... She did impersonations of other people because, you know, she's playing off the fact that, oh, you think I can only do Britney Spears. And it just fell flat. Like, the jokes weren't funny. She went so fast that you couldn't even make out who the impersonation was supposed to be. There was no pause. It was almost like she was trying to rush through it. So I feel like it was a good bit. And I give her the A for effort. Like I do. I give her the A for trying to put that in there. I give her the A for effort. You know what I'm saying? Now, India Ferrah did a whole performance playing off of her most famous moment on RuPaul's Drag Race, where she was actually picked up during a lip sync for your life situation, and Ru said, drag is not a contact sport. So it's this whole song with the soundbite of drag not being a contact sport. I thought it was nice. I thought it was cute. If I had to make a decision about who were the tops and who were the bottoms, my top, I think, would have been Alexis Mateo, because her performance just did it for me. My bottom would have probably been Orangina and Derrick Barry. Of course, the judges didn't agree with me. The top was India Freeman for the week. The bottom was Derrick Barry and Mayhem Miller. I don't agree with Mayhem. I just didn't. I just didn't. I don't think her performance was great, but I definitely don't think she should have been at the bottom. Now, here are the new rules for this season. The top all-star, so India was the top for the week, she still gets to lip sync for her legacy. However, you will not be lip syncing against, there won't be two tops and y'all are lip syncing against each other. There's one top who's automatically the top. Then there are two bottoms. Everybody must vote on who they think should go home. Right? Y'all following so far? The group votes separately from the person at the top. So the person at the top had to choose between Mayhem and Derrick. And then the group voted and they had to choose between Mayhem or Derrick. The lip sync, the winner, India, had to lip sync against a lip sync assassin. And what I feel like this is going to be is RuPaul bringing back old queens from seasons past to come and lip sync. And so this week it was Evie Oddly. So Evie Oddly had the lipstick from the group vote, and India had her lipstick. So if she won the lip sync challenge, then whoever she had on her lipstick got to go home. If she lost, then Evie Oddly, who had the group vote, that's the person that had to go home. Y'all follow all of that? It's really not that complicated. I just, I want to make sure y'all get it. As for the tip itself, if the person from All Stars wins the lip sync, they get the $10,000 tip. If they don't win the lip sync, then that $10,000 rolls over to the next week. So potentially it could roll over 3 or 4 weeks, and then the tip be up to $30,000, $40,000. Right? Now, Evie Oddly came back. Y'all know Evie Oddly had to throw a shot. Y'all know how shady Evie is. Evie talking about some, I was happy to be back because, let's face it, usually people who don't win come back for All Stars. I said, you so goddamn shady. But anyway, honey. So, of course, everybody was doing their little campaigning and stuff. And again, remember I told you about the drama between Derrick Barry and India. So Derrick Barry's thing was, you know what, I'm pretty certain that my name is the lipstick she gonna pick up, just off of GP. We came in here with bad blood. We had a whole argument earlier today. Like, I ain't even going to sit here and campaign real hard because I already know she not gonna pick me. Mayhem, on the other hand, was doing what she's supposed to be doing, campaigning and everything. But I feel like she was campaigning harder than she had to because, again, there was no doubt in my mind. I really didn't think that India would pick Derrick. Like, of course, you got to play it up for the cameras and make it look like you really have a hard decision to make. Child, you knew you was sending home. That'd have been sweet revenge. Like, you was waiting for that moment. The minute you found out Derrick Barry was in the room with you, you was waiting for a moment that you could get her ass. Come on, let's just be clear and let's be real about it. Anyway. So they lip synced to Ricky Martin's La Vida Loca. And Evie did that. I mean, Evie performed. You know, Evie is always, in her season, she didn't have to, I don't think she had to lip sync that often. I think she only had to lip sync once, maybe twice, if that many. I don't even think it was that many, to be honest with you. The most lip sync we saw was at the finale when she had to do the 3 lip syncs. Evie is a lip sync, she is a lip sync assassin. And she won over India. And so she had to put a lipstick out. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. The way the people was talking in the workroom and stuff, I thought Mayhem was going home. I said, oh, they don't see it for Mayhem. They ain't see it for her performance. But, no, it was Derrick Barry. So, first person out is Derrick Barry. First winner for the week is India. And we will see what happens next week. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And they didn't do a runway this week. So, no runway. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.